Hey guys, how's it going? I know you guys always ask me a lot of questions. How come I don't put out like guides for the next Nightfall, the week before, something like that? Here we are. We're gonna try this out. I am going to give you my breakdown of the War of Nothing. We're gonna go through the normal strike, but I remember exactly where all the champions are. So I'm gonna give breakdowns. I'm also going to give ideas and tricks and how you can work around things. And yes, my video is made to help out anyone. Like, some of the better experienced players probably already have their own strats. This is just to help out anyone that wants to complete it, man. All right. So if this is you, this will be the video. So I'm gonna launch it here. We're gonna go in and I'm gonna speak about different loadouts, what can work, what you can do to kind of get it done, whether you're a Titan, a Warlock, or a Hunter, and what I feel like is the most efficient when I'm helping people out. So, just to start off, I feel like having two bottom three Hunters and a Warlock is going to be really awesome here. Titans will also play here. There's plenty of things that you can do. You can even go with one of each: a Titan, a Warlock, and a Hunter. But yeah, here I'm just going to go through like certain points, and we'll go from there. Now, this week's Nightfall is War of Nothing is gonna have three champions. It's gonna have Overload, it's gonna have Unstoppable, and it's gonna have Barrier. So you kind of want to have people kind of cover one or two things here.
Hey, hero. I thought you might come back here. What with your
So
buddy
bored,
getting laid out?
Started doing menagerie.
Yep. I still enjoy running it sometimes.
Came back to finish the job.
So normally I would say when we get into the strike, even those enemies at the beginning are going to hurt. If you're, if you don't want to go down there, I recommend jumping on top of this thing right here and coming up here. Here you have a bit of cover. You can kind of throw grenades down. That Overload champion, which is going to be the Minotaur, might push a bit forward. But you're going to be able to kind of get rid of ads from up here and then, get it closer. Yep. Yeah, you can also go over there.
You don't even shoot this way, actually.
Yep. And normally you can even have a Hunter go invis and like go up top and jump up here to kind of flank on the Minotaur too. I feel like here.
Over here too, like that little spot right here, corner, the Hydra right here too.
Yeah, you can basically get hide behind the area in the back when you come up here and kind of use it.
Right here, you can use this little thing. It's not all the way back here. You can even go up top. You can do a lot of things.
Long road ahead of you.
Yep, especially if you use the mountaintop, then the spot up top is going to be the place to go. But I mean, this part is going to be pretty simple. These guys are like normal ads that you're going to go through. I mean, make sure you're kind of on the cover. I think they're orange bars up top during the Nightfall. So kind of go through there. Even this part, pretty simple. I would say kill this guy anyway, because you might die on your Sparrow if you pull it out and he shoots you. So
Not even getting enough stuff.
jump off here.
I get clipped by the
Yeah. I would say hug the right until you kill these guys and then come far left. Especially if you run Anarchy, you can play Sue on that Hydra and you kind of just let it do its work. You are going to have an Unstoppable champion here. I would say focus on getting rid of the phalanxes real quick, and then that Unstoppable is going to push, and you can kind of work different angles. But Unstoppables are pretty simple as long as you stop them. If you don't have the confidence, I would say maybe hug the left side here. Take out the enemies, the goblins, and that Legionnaire from here, and then kind of go over and take cover here, because this guy is going to be a champion. He's going to be anti-barrier. It's actually not going to be a Minotaur here. It's going to be an anti-barrier champion here. And you're going to have to work on this guy together. And I'm pretty sure it's the Vex Goblin that like spams void damage. So you can kind of work around that. And try not to like fall down here anymore. Now for this room, there's going to be ways around it, but you definitely want to get rid of the small ads before you go after any champion. Because there's going to be an Unstoppable, and there's going to be a Barrier Colossus in the back. that Colossus is going to be a pain in the ass for your team. And I would recommend either like dropping down here, taking out this enemy here. If you want to do this, if you feel like you could do this, you would get on your Sparrow and you would go around. Like I said, if you could do it, you would go around and you come back here. What's going to happen is there's going to be just that champion and you here fighting each other. Now, if you don't end up back here, I'm going to go back to the beginning to just kind of show what else you can do here. You can use the top ledges to get rid of the adds around Unstoppable, which is going to be back here. Once you get rid of the Unstoppable, then you can kind of drop down. Dropping down is very, very sketchy. Just because that barrier is going to be so far from you and you want to be close enough. Here's where the hunters kind of come into play. You can make your teammates invisible. You can still come back here and attack the guy from here. The next room, those snipers will one-shot you. Make sure you have on minor spec. Minor spec is definitely going to help out here. And also solar resistance, because a lot of the Vex guns are solar. There's a few spots here. Even here, you can come in under here and you can chill here where you can kind of shoot from the outside in.
Yeah, I'm going to use Ariana's here, to be honest.
Yeah. If you have someone run Ariana's, you can kind of take out...
Unstoppable, explosive, and Ariana. And then it might have be something void, probably. So,
I would recommend taking out the Hydra first. There's going to be 2 anti-barrier champions, which is this guy here, and there's going to be a guy on the left side. I would focus on the guy on the left side first before you go for the guy right, just because you kind of have cover when you go up the stairs. Once you get rid of ads, there's going to be a wave of ads that spawn. I would generally use the bottom of the stairwell here because you can't get shot by him. You get rid of the ads here, and you can kind of use this head glitch here. You can stick him twice. You wait for him to put up a shield. You take it off. You do damage. And this also protects you from the other champion that's across. All right? And then if the Warlock is running well, they can drop the wall here, and that will allow you to focus on that champion across. Once that champion is down, you can then get rid of the yellow bar enemy, or the wall that's actually orange bar enemy. There's going to be Minotaurs, and all of these goblins are going to be orange bars. You get rid of them, then the boss comes out, and you do damage. If you have to, like I said, play safe, kind of get under here, see where he's at, do damage. If you don't kill him in the first run, he's going to teleport back there where he's at right now. You can kind of finish him off, but you have to pay attention to where the boss is at because he could definitely take you out.
Not really up here.
Yeah, then another wave of ads will come up. I think this room is going to be simple as long as you take your time. And yeah, I think that room will be pretty smooth as long as you take your time. The next room might be a little bit rough. There's going to be 2 Unstoppables, and there's going to be a lot of grenades coming in from those Legionnaires.
But the next one, we could just pull them into that one room, you know? We don't have to go into the room. Especially the Unstoppable that comes towards us. We could just pull them into the room. Take them out like that.
I was saying this room, you might want to stick back here, get rid of the snipers, get rid of the ads that are coming out through these things first before you push up. And even then, you could probably use this this spot right here to kind of take out these ads, and then bait the Unstoppables to come to you. If you bait the Unstoppables to come to you, that kind of you get cover here, and you get to do damage instead of having all the ads up there, and even that wanted be here. And while you're here, if you bait out the Unstoppables during that time, that wanted should be out of your way. So you bring the Unstoppable in, you stop them, you kill them, you bait the next one, they come to you, you kill them. Now, what you could do is, if you have a hunter, you can make everyone invis, you can run to the right and kind of go through. Also, watch out for snipers. There's going to be a few different snipers here. There's one up there, and there's going to be one in the back as well. So this room might be a bit tricky, but like I said, if you have a hunter, you can basically kind of do the whole invis, dodge, run through, invis again. and kind of get up here. Yeah.
I think it's gonna be 3 hunters anyways, even for damage phase at the end. You got three tethers.
Now this room is going to be pretty fun. The reason why I say that is because these things right here, these trip mines actually count as fallen enemies. So you can actually use a trip mine. I mean, you could use taking a fallen armaments on that. So if you look here, I'm going to throw a grenade at this, and boom, I just got ammo. So, you know, if you have to use ammo in the previous room, just make sure you have one fallen armaments on, and that will allow you to kind of go through here and do damage. Now, when you come into this room, the first thing you want to do is go through the bottom and go to the right side. Why do you want to go to the right side? I'm going to explain here. There's going to be Sniper Cabal up top that you want to get rid of. Once you get rid of them, there's going to be a champion right here, and he is a Colossus. Colossus champions are the most annoying ones for me, and I would say if we stand here, you can team shot him, and as you team shot him, there's going to be overload that pushes you, so you can kind of work on both at the same time here. As soon as the Colossus goes down, overload comes to you, you stop the overload, you kill it here. There's also an unstoppable and 2 more barriers.
The overload doesn't come out till we cap A.
No. The overload is usually fighting the unstoppable here. So the overload and unstoppable fight in the middle, and the Colossus is here, and there's 2 anti-barrier snipers on this side.
Oh, isn't that anti-barrier that comes out of here?
No. This is before this wave. When you first come up here, there's an anti-barrier here. Yeah, the Colossus.
Yeah, I'm confusing now.
Yeah, so there's altogether there's 5 champions up here. Because anti-barrier, unstoppable, overload, and two things. Once you get rid of these guys, I mean, the pattern would be take out barrier first, the Colossus, because he's going to be the most annoying. Then you have unstoppable and overload to get rid of. And then once you do that, you can then team up on the 2 guys here, the 2 snipers. Once that is complete, I normally like to trap this door here because there's going to be a champion that comes out of here. But you also have to watch your back because Unstoppable also comes out of that door. So you have to work on this guy really quick. I would say maybe use this corner right here. If you have a Titan on the team, he can always put up a wall to block this off. But you can focus on this guy. You work on him. Once you work on him, you take him out. You would want to split up. And I would say send 2 people to B. And if you have the Hunter can go over to C. Why can the Hunter go to C? Because the Hunter can do things like this. Going invisible, dodging, and constantly moving. For me personally, I'm probably going to run Assassin Cow here. What I'm going to do before I even get on the platform, I'm going to make all these enemies one-shot. And then when it's time for me to go invis, I am just going to constantly use my finisher to stay invisible the whole time. Now, like I said, watch out for the trip mines. You want to keep them so you can kind of have a bunch of heavy, so you can kill anything that you need to. Also, during this phase where you have to go grab the 2 plates, there's going to be an overload champion that spawns in the middle. Make sure you put a shot in on him. You do not have to kill him. Just make sure you put a shot in on him. If you put a shot in on him, after you capture the plates, he will die. Now,
question. If we have multiple hunters, wouldn't you prefer to have multiple people in the plate? That way you capture them?
No, but as long as you're on the plate, the timer stops. So it's not really about capturing quick.
I know, but it's not to have like 1 person or 2 people on one plate. Seeing that if we have multiple hunters, we could just keep going to viz.
Yeah, because it doesn't. When it comes to that part, it doesn't matter much because it doesn't matter if there's 1 or 2 or 3 people on there. But that left corner has more ads than the right side, like going to B or whatever. Because remember, there's going to be the Cabal phalanxes. There's going to be the Unstoppable, and then the Vex likes to fight the Centurion in the back there. But if he kills him, then he's going to be pushing towards you guys as well. Whereas like on this side, all I have is a Minotaur and like maybe 4 goblins.
Yeah.
And then
I'm gonna take off all my intellect mods. I have 4 and put like minor and major.
Yeah, minor and major.
And then run 2 custom dampeners, and then just run like that.
And before, I would say before this big guy comes in the middle, try to make it around. before the ads come out on the left and the right. So you could kind of have this angle here. And what I mean by this angle is, especially if you have Anarchy on your team, you can just jump up here, you Anarchy him twice, and then you kind of let that sizzle and watch out for all those grenades that are coming in. And then, you know, you use your grenades, you make ammo off of the trip mines, and it's gonna be boss room. And I think a lot of people have been talking about how crazy this boss room is gonna be. I think the boss room is gonna be simple as long as you space it out. Oh, another thing is when you're going down this elevator thing, make sure that you don't all go down at the same time because it can kill you. So like I would say try to space out like, you know, who's dropping down. Like, you know, 3 people can be in here, but when you collect the loot, make sure that you time it where one person goes down, the other jumps maybe once, and if you have a warlock, make sure the warlock holds the grenade so they're like the 3rd person to fall down, and that'll keep people from dying. Or you could just have people like stay out. But if you are in here with your fire team, make sure that you do not go down together. You legit have to space it out. If you're in the same spot with your friends, you will die. But make sure you can, you know, you can do 1 jump. You can do 2 jumps. You don't want to lose a life here because then you end up going down to the boss room and you need to res someone down there before you even start your fight. You're already kind of backed up. Now what's going to happen here is there's going to be 2 anti-barrier Colossus on the right side. There's going to be an Overload Minotaur fighting an Unstoppable Incendior, and there's going to be an anti-barrier sniper on the left side. The priority in this room is going to be the Colossus. The Colossus are the most lethal champions in this game. When you drop down here, the Unstoppable, since you have this route here, and the Colossus won't be shooting at you because they're going to be shooting across, you're going to have to basically play the waiting game and do damage to the Overload and the Unstoppable because they're going to be fighting each other. Because once you take those 2 out, it was going to give you enough time to get over to the right and have angles on the other 2 barriers. The thing about going after the 2 barriers right away is it's going to have the Unstoppable come after you. And if the Unstoppable comes after you, that might be a team wipe because those solar weapons that they have can like wipe a team really quick. So those are the guys that you have to focus on first. Same thing with Overload. The Overload can spam void damage. You have to make sure that you don't die to that. So if you take those 2 out, then you have a sniper on the left side trying to fight 2 Colossus, and you can kind of work on that. I feel like the boss's health is going to be crappy anyway. So if you're running 2 hunters and 1 well, the well can be placed in center. You can place Anarchy, and then go to town. You could basically take out the boss. If you don't take out the boss, there's a few things you can do here. The boss is going to go to your left side. You can stay in a well and try to finish the boss. If you don't feel like you can finish the boss, you're going to have to run to this side, this platform here. This is going to be your cover during that time because the boss is going to shoot out the whole solar flame thing. Once that is done, you peek out, you place more Anarchy, and you do damage. Besides that, it's going to be on... Yep, it's going to be execution when it comes down to it. But yeah, those are my thoughts on this strike. And
the server to go right sometimes, though.